I ask myself, is this shit real? I contemplate about how I feel.
Hello everyone.
Hi everybody. I am Shango.
And I'm Malika. And this is the Marriage Cave. Woo! Okay. So we have a hot topic. Let's talk about Boosie. Lil Boosie bad. It's like, okay, so being New Orleans natives ourselves, you know, we know Lil Boosie. Well, not know him. I don't know the dude personally, but you know, we listen to Boosie. I don't know if anybody else really know him like that. But Boosie says that we should boycott the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary. First of all, he's giving them publicity, okay? Because I would have never heard of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I never would have thought about it either. Now, look, Boosie, I had a relative that, well, I have a relative that went to school with him. I know he's from Baton Rouge, and so I'm a little familiar with him. Knew people that knew him, and
was he a jerk?
Yeah, I mean, they said he was cool as ever. I guess most guys like that, they say, just was chill, and probably is. But
well, let's take a look at what he said. So
I believe in Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. I have nothing against you, nothing at all. Ban Jeffrey Dahmer movie. Ban Jeffrey Dahmer movie. Ban Jeffrey Dahmer movie. Ban that shit. You saw what he was doing to them black boys? All black people, you saw what he was doing? Ban Jeffrey Dahmer movie, man. Us blacks need to stand up and ban Jeffrey Dahmer movie.
okay, so Lil Boosie seems to be very opinionated about the Netflix little.
very, and
yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, I understand it's a serial killer of Jeffrey Dahmer. Netflix killing, man, he killed different men. I mean, different people. Different, so.
Here's the thing. I would have never watched it. I'm not going to watch it. So, all you do is add fuel to the fire. I will say this. I agree with Boosie. I mean, I agree with him.
I do too.
As far as like certain programming, you shouldn't let yourself ingest. However, is the pot calling the kettle black much? I mean, okay. He has songs about killing other men, other black men specifically, because he names them the N-word. I'm gonna kill all you N-words. I'm gonna set it off in this MF. If you listen to his music is highly suggesting violence, and he's talking about specifically killing black men in this documentary. However, he was suggesting killing other black men. So is it okay when you do it to your brother, and that somehow gets swept under the rug? But now you want to boycott him now. Again, I'm glad that we are starting to wake up and say, hey, certain programming is not acceptable. We're not going to support this type of stuff. At the same time, it's like, bruh, are you going to denounce your music?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be hypocritical. I mean, I understand that. I agree with the programming is a big deal. But I mean, how it affects children and different people coming up with the rap thing and these lyrics, and the people that are rapping this don't be living that. Like they made it past that, and these other people don't know that, and so they're out living and shooting up, still doing drugs, selling it when they could be doing other stuff, trades, schools, all this. But they're thinking, all right, in these environments, probably from his old neighborhood, and different these guys' old neighborhoods, and they go to these.
Yo, you come closer.
They're in these environments and they live in the lyrics. Because they're thinking, oh, well, he's come from where I'm from. He's out, and that's the way out, and that's bad. And it's like, everybody not a rapper not going to get out like that. That's not everybody's dream. That's everybody's path. And I mean, sometimes the lyrics with rappers, and it's not just him, different rappers that have been doing it from the time we coming up, from big timers, the Hot Boys from New Orleans, all these other, sometimes even T.I. with like certain things he said he did. It's like, it's just, sometimes they're responsible because these people, these young generation are following that, and they're creating more problems. They're doing more crime, all that. And so when you say, hey, you boycott Jeffrey Dahmer, and for circa in the 70s and all that, it's like when that programming from Netflix, it's like, hey, well, lucky watch our music and what that influences. Because these people, these kids, these younger people, they trying to live it. And that's more detrimental because they're killing each other. They still sell drugs.
Do you see the crime in the inner city? I mean, you get Amber Alerts all the time. It's rising and rising. And not really covering it on the news like that. So I don't think, anybody really cares, so it's, it's these young brothers executing each other, and that is where most of our numbers and most of our problems are. So, yeah, don't watch the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Cool, I wasn't going to watch it anyway.
Neither was I. Nobody cares. I mean,
but at the same time, you need to come out and say, okay, I denounced the songs. I was young, I was irresponsible, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But you can't denounce him without... It's like, I heard a song, I don't even know, because I don't keep up with the rap anymore. I don't listen to it. But I just was listening to the radio, so whatever was on there. And it was like, my daughter saw me kill the N-word before the age of 10, and I'll kill the N-word again. And I was like, wait, what? And I heard it more than once, on the hip-hop stations. And I was like, imagine if a white guy was like, and my daughter saw me kill an N-word before the age of 10, and I'll kill an N-word again. I mean, everybody would
come
have...
off differently. It's good.
Not just come off differently. Everybody would have a fit.
Well, yeah.
They would want this person in jail, okay, for hate speech. This would not be accepted. And so why can a black man sit there and make music about killing another black man, and we accept it so easily? I think it's totally unacceptable. And, he should boycott himself or renounce some of that music that he made. And I am, the silver lining is that some of us are starting to wake up and become more conscious and more aware of the programming that we put not only into our mind, but in the mind of our children. I mean, I hear people like, oh, well, just don't let your children listen to that. Okay, yeah, how realistic is that? You know what I mean? You got...
It's everywhere.
Well, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, they make kids bop songs.
Kids
a friend of mine.
Some things you can't control. Yeah.
No, I got a friend of mine. She said, some songs she didn't want her daughter to hear, and the daughter kind of heard a little bit. She hurry up and turned it. She's like, oh, no, Mom, I know that song. She's like, where did you hear that? She said, at school. They have a kids bop. So then they make the kids bop version of... I think they made the kids bop version of Lil Nas X Montero. And so...
People saw the video.
Plus it was on... I think Montero was also on with the trailer, the dog trailer,
It wasn't Montero. It was that one with the one.
Oh, the worst one.
The hard one that went industry bait when it's got even more out there.
Yeah. What was the name of it?
It was Super Pets.
I told you long ago.
Super Pets. And so you putting that track over the cartoon. So please don't come talking about don't let your children see that. I mean, our children are homeschooled and we still can't monitor everything. Yeah. I mean,
it's a cartoon movie. Famous, a popular one. It's like that's going to be wide mainstream, and they putting music over that. How can you fight against that?
It's damn near impossible. And he straight up said, "F your kids."
Do you feel the pressure of, I see it all the time, parents will be like, you have a responsibility because kids are watching. You hear that Cardi B had that same problem and Nicki had that same problem. Do you feel that same way, like, raise your own kids?
I feel like I used to, but now it's just like, like fuck your kids.
And I mean, people should have been calling for, a boycott of him after that, because he straight up said, F your kids. And y'all sitting there laughing, oh, well, don't let your kids... watch it and all of this foolishness. It's just like, as if it's that easy. We have to start, voting with our attention and our dollars. They're only there because we're entertaining. Enough is enough. I mean, I am glad, like I said, I am glad that people are starting to pay more attention to what is being out there. I'm just really, just sick of the programming that's out there. I mean, it started with like the color, just
it started from years, decades ago.
The color purple.
Born, a lot of us.
Yeah, the color purple was terrible. And it really showed black men in a very terrible light. I noticed they show black women as whores, black men, and a lot of these movies and stuff was created by black people. It's not all just white people behind it or white supremacy and all of that. A lot of stuff, these Tyler Perry stuff. I mean, all of this stuff is degenerative. And shows, black people and dysfunctional. And
there's really no purpose when they put that out there, like Precious. Y'all showing this story to change what? To put the promoter, the color purple, all this, when they're putting these things out there.
For girls.
For color girls.
Was horrible.
Like when you show these stuff, I'm like, what are y'all trying to do? That's the thing, because it's just promoting that, it's out there, and that's just it. A lot of Tyler Perry movies, but people I think are waking up. I've seen things where they're like kind of iffy on his stuff now, and it's because it's like it is a different. He's not as popular as you see as he was to 10 years ago
Thank
either.
God, because people
Thank
can't, you know,
goodness.
people waking up, people not so simple-minded to be entertained.
The internet age
you know,
really
we
changed that.
tired of, you know, the media and then like them dressing up as
a man
women,
dressing up as a woman.
you know, and
then the unpolarization, like, oh, they got the hero and then the bad guy, and it's like, and it's all negative. It's like, wait a minute.
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just really enough is enough. I mean, with, you know, Lil Boosie called for this boycott and also the boycott against the Woman King.
Yeah.
You know,
The
and
Woman King.
I can agree with that as well. I mean, I would have never boycotted. I just wouldn't have watched it.
Well, yeah, like I said, I am Shango,
And I'm Malika.
and we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Mhm.